Welcome back to today's college football pick video play for January 1st, 2018. To get all of our college football plays for today, you can access those over at stumpthespread.com, which is linked down in the video description. And be sure to click that subscribe button on our YouTube channel. Coming into today's video, going to be talking about this matchup here between LSU and Notre Dame. This figures to be a pretty competitive matchup between two teams that went 9-3 overall throughout the course of the regular season. LSU, they were a team that kind of flew under the radar, especially after losing at home to the Troy Trojans. Everyone pretty much wrote off the Tigers, but this group closed out the regular season very strong, and coming into postseason play, they've won their last 3 games in a row, all of those coming in the SEC by 20-plus points in each of those victories. So the Tigers playing with a lot of confidence right now, and that's part of the reason why they come into this one favored by about a field goal. It's gone up from where this opened up as, where LSU was about a 1-point favorite, and a lot of this is just having to do with the fact that LSU is trending in a very positive direction. Also, it does look like Darius Geis is going to be able to go here today for the Tigers. He's their leading rusher, picked up over 1,000 yards and 11 touchdowns throughout the regular season. And LSU, of course, they didn't get off to a great start this year, which is why they weren't really in the national spotlight for a good majority of the regular season. And then down the stretch, they won 6 out of the last 7 games, with that only defeat coming on the road against Alabama. And during this stretch, also picking up a really great win against the likes of Auburn, who was another one of those teams that was right on the doorstep of potentially making the college football playoff. LSU, a team that leaned on their defense this year. Of course, they were a defensive-oriented group and also like to lean on their ground game. 16th in all of college football in total team defense. They had a plus-minus of about around positive 10 points. They ranked 28th in the nation in rushing, 85th in passing. And certainly a team that preferred to run the ball and lean on their defense to win these games in the very tough SEC. So Notre Dame, they're going to be countering here today. Of course, they also went 9-3 overall against a very tough schedule that they always go against early on in the year. Notre Dame lost to Georgia, but that 1-point loss actually really benefited this group over the course of the year as they continue to climb in the rankings, given the fact that Georgia was right at the top of the rankings for a good portion of the year as well. But Notre Dame down the stretch came up short in some of their tougher matchups, and they were actually thoroughly blown out on the road in some of their closing games against Miami, losing that one by a final of 8-41. And then also on the road against Stanford to close out the regular season, losing that one by a final of 20-38. So the confidence of this team could be a little bit rattled coming into postseason play, showing that when they left their home field and went against quality top 25 opposition, they were coming up well short. And this is a Notre Dame team that also leaned on their defense and ground game, much akin to what LSU has done this year. Notre Dame, they were 32nd in the nation in total team defense, 7th in rushing compared to 105th in passing. And when Notre Dame generally went against teams that had good, solid defensive fronts that could slow down their ground game, that's when they really had a tough time moving the ball, because they simply weren't able to develop a consistent passing attack at any point throughout the year with that 105th ranking in the nation in passing. But they did have a positive plus-minus of about positive 14 points. But with that being said, not quite as tough an overall schedule, I'd say, as what LSU faced consistently in the SEC, but not an easy schedule either by any means, going against teams like Georgia, Michigan State, USC, Miami, and Stanford, all very tough opposition. But then sprinkled in throughout that tough schedule for Notre Dame were also some more manageable opponents that they were able to take advantage of to really promote that 14-point positive side on the plus-minus. So we do expect this to be a competitive game here today between these two 9-3 teams, but Notre Dame trending in a more negative direction throughout the month of November, having a tough time against quality opposition. You compare that over to LSU, who's really surging down the stretch run of the regular season. We feel like that's going to carry itself over into this bowl game. And as a result, we are going to go ahead and side with the SEC team, taking the LSU Tigers to come through as they go on to win and cover this field goal spread. If you guys are interested in getting all of our college football plays for today, you can access those over at stumpthespread.com, linked down in the video description. If you agree with this pick video play, give the video a thumbs up. If not, give it a thumbs down and subscribe to our YouTube channel to continue to get all of our pick video plays. Thanks for stopping on in, and we hope to see you guys in future videos. Bye.